Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a new episode review. That being for Season 2, Episode 2 of Resident Alien. So let's talk about it. Okay, so Episode 2 of Resident Alien, titled The Wire. Will anyone actually notice the massive big crater in the baseball field this week? Or will that anomaly just go and be passed by? We'll find out. Well, we did find out, shall we say. So this episode opens with Harry in a sort of nightmare state. The world's been destroyed, everyone's dead, and he has a nightmare. He sees Darcy as a sort of zombie type a figure, and he finds out that Ashtar is dead and all this sort of thing in his dream. He wakes up from his nightmare, and obviously this is concerning Harry because of his friendship with Ashtar. Now we catch up with the mayor this week, and he's watching the TV, or he's in the kitchen preparing food, and he's watching the TV, and there's a mayoral advert for the town of Jessup, knocking the town of Patience for having dead bodies and this sort of thing being found. So obviously the mayor is not too happy about this. We catch up with Sheriff Thompson and Deputy Liv Baker, who are closing in on Harry. They suspect him for the foot being found and some deaths going on and this sort of a thing, and they're very suspicious of him, and this leads to other stuff within the episode. Max Hawthorne, the mayor's son, he's starting to grow a beard, a better beard than what I can grow by the looks of it. At the end of last episode, we saw that he's growing chest hair, and in this episode, he wakes up with a full-on beard. We come to learn that it's not because of the space travel, but it's actually because one of Harry's 4 metallic balls that came out of the spaceship when he self-destructed the spaceship has been taken by Max, and thusly, because Max is interacting with this alien technology, it's causing this effect on him. Max and Sahar go to the restaurant where Harry is, eating in the diner, while the sheriff and his deputy are sat at the other end, and Deputy Liv Baker is attempting to read Harry's lips to see what he's saying. And she gets some of it right, but obviously from their perspective it does sound like a load of nonsense. The octopus, we find out, is being kept in a tank. Rather nice tank. Not a lot of space for it though. Poor thing. Harry's building an underground bunker. Yeah, he's building his underground bunker in the event that his race comes and destroys the Earth, and he wants to use it for him and Ashtar. We'll come back to this a bit later. Harry comes to find out that Ashtar is his only friend, and Ashtar realises from her father that possibly the only reason that Earth is being saved is because of the friendship that she has with Harry, and thusly sort of inspires her to attempt to get Harry to open up his friendship circle and create more friends. And she puts him into a situation where he has to go and play poker with the sheriff and some other townsfolk like the mayor and this sort of thing, and Darcy. So from the sheriff's perspective, this is wonderful because he gets to investigate and get to know him a bit better and all this sort of nonsense. Yeah, so, a lot goes on in these episodes, a lot of stories, there's a lot of great characters. We find out that 6 years ago, Harry had to put his house up for sale because he wasn't, well, this is Harry before Harry being the alien, had to put his house up for sale because he didn't have the money for it, but then out of nowhere, he's managed to find $500,000 to pay for the house, and this opens up questions with the sheriff and his deputy, so much so that they go round to the house and they confront Ashtar, and she tells him that Harry's down in the basement hiding. They find the drugs under the floorboards and they head down to the basement to find Ashtar again, only upstairs wasn't Aster, it was Harry using one of the balls to turn himself into Aster, to change his physical form. And the episode sort of ends up there. Yeah, so it's a very difficult show to review, I think, in that there's so much going on, and but I'll do my best. There you go. But no, it's it's wonderful. Alan Tudyk is brilliant within the show. His relationship with Sarah Tomko, Asta, is fantastic. I think one of my favourite characters is Sheriff McThompson. I think he's just brilliant. He cracks me up with everything. I think he's so good and so amusing and funny. Obviously, Alan Tudyk is as well. Generally, it comes across with the children. I like his interactions with the two children. I think they're hilarious. It's just such a strong show in its characters that it's great in that sense. So yeah, another enjoyable episode. It does leave us with questions. There is a bit of convenient writing, like I said. In that first episode, you had that massive big bunker in the baseball field, but yet they still go and play baseball, and it's like no one seems to notice it or even care about it. It's there's stuff like that, liberties taken, but for the whole, it's fantastic. It's quite amusing to see Darcy running around, because the mayor's got his issues with the town being promoted from other towns as a sort of murdered town, but Darcy jumps on it, and she's showing people around with a sort of patience murder tour, and so that's all very good, all a lot of fun. But now, a little thing that I want to introduce into these reviews at the end, which I'm going to do now, is a sort of Harry's one-liners, the one-liners that stood out to me from that Harry gave within the episode. So, obviously, there's no context to these, but if you've seen the episode, it'll probably spring back some memories. So, number one, Mayor Snowflake. Yep, that had me cracking up. I thought that was hilarious. Number two, his bunker butler. Very good, very good. And annoying flesh monkeys. Yes. Like I said, if you haven't seen the episode, you have no context for them. They'll mean nothing to you. But you come along and tell me, what are your favourite Harry's one-liners, his put-downs? Because there's so many of them throughout the episodes that it's just brilliant. I know they're not put down to people because they're usually in his head, but you know what I mean. Fantastic stuff. Anyway, very good. Looking forward to next week's one. This is AJ. Please consider hitting the subscribe button. Come and join me. And I'll see you next week. Take care all, and goodbye.